All right, it is a big week coming up here in the PHLL. We got 6 games over the next 3 days. This first one is between the Boston Shamrocks and Toronto Huskies. Welcome in, everybody, to the broadcast booth. Today's game between the Boston Shamrocks and Toronto Huskies is big in the playoff race because these last couple weeks are huge. It's the final push for the playoffs. The final 19 games of the regular season are happening over the next 15 days, roughly. Or over the next 14 days, I think. Okay, 14 days. We got this group of 6 games over the next 3 days. Then the league goes on pause as I am out of town. Everybody gets to take a break. The players, the coaches, everybody. Then we come back. Over 6 days, we have 13 more games, including some doubleheaders, some back-to-backs. We had to move a lot of stuff around, including Founders Night. So it's a big time in the season. Toronto, their magic points number to clinch a playoff spot is 7. If they win twice, they're good. And if Montreal loses twice, they're good. They'll be in the playoffs. Then it's down to who clinches behind them. Meanwhile, Boston, they're in a bit of a peculiar spot. It's 6 and 8. Their magic number to clinch was somewhere in the teens. So they'll probably do that in the final week of the season. Right now, the magic number is 14. No, it's 17. Because right now they have 17. Their max possible is 34. Or 35, actually. It's 34 or 35. It's 35. So they'll probably do that on Founders Night. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. We'll keep you posted. Right now, nobody's clinched. Nobody's out. There are no clinching or elimination scenarios as of now. For now, Tolopillo gets the net for Boston. They go back to their regular starting line of Bunting, Toffoli, and Zibanejad. Meanwhile, for Toronto, some injury updates. Nikita Kucherov is out for today's game. He might be back on Wednesday or next week, but it does not appear to be too serious. He should be fine. Fedotov gets the start. These two forwards are the same, Miroshnichenko and Nelson. And at right wing starting is Justin Dowling. So, let's drop the puck and begin. Toronto donning their navy alternate jerseys. Dowling gets the first shot on goal. Tolopillo makes the save. Meanwhile, Boston wearing their normal green. Each team over the next 3 days is expected to wear their alternate jersey, so it's kind of an impromptu alternate jersey week. Dowling will look back to the middle. Nelson to Dowling. He'll give it back to his goalie Fedotov. He'll scan his options. He goes up the middle. Nelson fires off the post, and then Dowling threw it away to Zibanejad. Over to Toffoli, and then it's back to Bunting. He'll fire on. Easy save, Fedotov. Dowling will send it across. Miroshnichenko goes offside. They touch up. He's not happy, and he shot it at Toffoli, and he's going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty. Toffoli not too happy about it. They're going to have a little bit of a confrontation. Are they going to fight? No, they are not. They are not going to fight. Miroshnichenko is going to go to the box. 2 minutes, or really 30 seconds, unsportsmanlike conduct. They didn't fight, just some pushing and shoving. So Toffoli's not going to get a penalty. They were just shoving each other. That's generally okay. If he had demoed him, then it would have been a problem. But regardless, it's a power play for the Shamrocks, who are looking to get off to a fast start in this game. This would be big, and who blasted the goal horn? Me. We were testing it. I don't care. Nobody scored. So anyways, early in this game, an early power play, and Toronto wins the faceoff, and they get to kill time before they turned it over. Here's Michael Bunting. He'll look and fire in a save, and it goes to the Huskies. I need to get my head straight. They'll get to kill a little bit of time. Nelson will look on, and they get it right back, and they're going to get to kill a lot more time. Dowling puts it on, a save. They'll get maybe one more shot. Toffoli scores! A power play goal! Toffoli got shot at! In response, he goes, how do you like that? 1-0 Boston. So when they happen, it's a celebratory moment for Lego hockey. What a shot. Face-off, won by the Shamrocks. Toffoli to the middle, Zibanejad back to Toffoli. He'll try again, this time off the side of the net. Now Nelson, after being beautifully fed, and that one hit the side of the net on the rebound from Dowling. He's got it again. He'll just give it to Nelson. He'll drop it back. Morozhnichenko fires. Not sure what he was thinking there with Zibanejad standing right in his path. He'll give it up. Nelson fires. Easy save. They get it back. They'll look on and try to go back to the middle. Justin Dowling fires. Tolopillo got a piece of it. They're going to send it around and turn it over to the middle. Nelson, another save. Rebound. Dowling wires it home. His first goal in PHLL. And it's a big one to tie the game. Who needs Kucherov, I guess? Dowling. Hello. What a shot. Nothing Tolopillo could have done. A minute and 50 into the game, we got a 1-1 tie. This could end up being a super entertaining one here at TD Garden. Toffoli nearly turned it over, but it wound up on the line. Shamrocks won the puck. Toffoli sends it across. Bunting. Now it's a turnover, but it's on the line now. Won by the Huskies. Nelson fires on. Easy save. Toronto 9, Boston 4 on the shots. Zibanejad drops it for Bunting. Bunting will tap it. Zibanejad shoots on, and Fedotov made the save. It's behind that. He doesn't know where it is. It's in the corner, and he'll play it out and throw it away. Toffoli tried to send it up, but he turned it back over. Morozhnichenko a save. Dowling has it. They gave the shot to the wrong team. They're correcting it right now. He'll just leave it for Fedotov, who gave it up. Dowling taps it to Nelson. He shoots over the net. They'll leave it for the goalie, Tolopillo, and he'll scan his options. Tolopillo tried to go to Toffoli. They go back to him. He fires. Fedotov stopped him again. Morozhnichenko across. It took a bounce to Bunting, and Fedotov stopped him again. 2 minutes left in the period, tied at 1. Nelson gave it to Morozhnichenko, wrists it on. Another save for Tolopillo. Great feed to Nelson. He'll shoot. Save. Bunting. Oh, he threw it wide of the net. Toffoli will now leave it for Tolopillo. He'll pass up Zibanejad. A weak shot, a save, and it went out of bounds. Minute 43 for the period. So far, a 1-1 tie. Toronto gets the draw. Pushed near the line by Dowling. Kept it off. The puck came right back to him. Something about the geometry in this rink. Dowling fires it on, a save, rebound, a second save, somehow did not slide offside. Tolopillo swings it. Zibanejad back to Bunting, that deflected on. Fedotov made the stop. Morozhnichenko to the middle, Nelson back to Ivan Morozhnichenko. Tolopillo jammed it up against his side. They're trying to pass back and forth, and a couple whiffs there by Zibanejad, but Boston gets it back. Bunting has it. Toffoli fires, save, gets the rebound. He'll fire it from distance, deflected on. Fedotov equal to the task again. Nelson got it through somehow and a save. Rebound from distance is blocked. So the puck went far away. A rule that we are going to test next year is a running clock on out-of-bounds pucks. Stoppages for 10 seconds or longer is only when the clock will stop. Only when the puck is out of the rink and the puck has not been dropped again for greater than 10 seconds. Anything inside of 10 seconds and we can restart play quick, the clock will keep winding. We're testing those for next year. Morozhnichenko missed the net. They have it back again. Give it to Nelson. Save. Wound up on the line. Still on the line. Won by the Huskies. And what was Morozhnichenko thinking? Bunting fires. Save. Rebound. A second save. Shamrocks have it back. They're looking to keep the pressure on. Toffoli already has one in the game, but another save by Fedotov this time. Zibanejad, the bunting. He goes back to Mika. He fires another save. They keep the pressure on. Toffoli across. Bunting, save, and it went out of bounds. What was that, 5 shots in a row? Tell you one thing, if Boston does that throughout the game, they'll keep the pressure on Toronto and beat them again. Shamrocks get the draw. Tolopilo threw it right to Nelson, and Miroshnichenko is stopped, and the puck went out with 6 seconds left. That was almost catastrophic. And meanwhile, they'll face it off. Nelson to Dowling, back to Nelson. He shoots, save, and that will do it. And of course, the horn was super quiet. It always is in the first period because I forget to check. Well, we're through 1. The game is tied at 1. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back for the second period here in Boston. The score, 1-1, and the attendance, again, very close to a sellout. We have a crowd of 17,548 on hand, just 17 seats shy of a sellout. We were close, but not close enough. Boston sold out the first game, and now they've been close for the other 7. I feel like they're going to sell out another game at some point. It's going to happen. So anyways, second period, let's begin it already. Let's not waste much time. Bunting sent it up nicely to Zibanejad, who's denied. It then goes in behind to the corner. And I didn't switch the teams. Hold on, we're just going to stop the clock while I do that. I always forget to do something. Okay, we just froze play and now we're going again. Fedotov, Miroshnichenko fires, good save again. Fedotov wants the puck. He gives it to Dowling, who fires on. That was a ripper, and Tolopilo denied him. Toffoli picks it out of the corner, threw it away, drop back, Miroshnichenko, save, rebound off the post. A close call there for the starting left winger. Across Miroshnichenko. Here's Dowling. He looks, he's still looking, he fires on, and Tolopilo got a piece. Tyler Toffoli trying to hand it off to Zibanejad, but it bounced right off of him. Bunting having a little trouble with it, and he's still having trouble. Now finally gets it to Zibanejad. He's blocked, rebound, not even close. To the middle, Zibanejad trying to get it to Bunting. He fires on a stop. He'll give it to Zibanejad, and there's another save on a weakling. Here's Miroshnichenko. That was a really strong attempt. Zibanejad, another stop and out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, you got a feeling that this is going to be a closely contested game. Both teams still have plenty to play for. Toronto that close to clinching a spot in the playoffs. Toffoli got a nice rip on the puck, but nothing doing. Bunting, nice up to Zibanejad. He whiffs. He gives it back to Bunting, who takes it behind the net. Now leaves it for Toffoli. Toffoli walks up and fires over the net. Both teams are really slow playing right now. Not a lot of great chances. They're trying to capitalize on less chances. Maybe get some better quality looks. Nice passing there, and Miroshnichenko was stopped. They're passing back and forth. Zibanejad looks, now shoots, and Fedotov made the save. Drops back, Dowling skates up and fires. Tolopilo stopped him. And he threw it away. Drop back. Miroshnichenko hit the post. Toffoli goes across. It hits Zibanejad, but the shot was missed. Here's Dowling. Across beautifully. Miroshnichenko walks up and fires. And Tolopilo is equal to the task again. They'll face it off in the neutral area of Toronto's zone. Face off, 1 to the Huskies. Dowling sends it up nicely to Nelson. That took a deflection. They keep it alive. Fedotov. And another save on Miroshnichenko. It's sent up to Zibanejad. He'll look, he'll shoot, and Fedotov stopped him again. He was facing sort of the wrong direction, but he still stopped him. He's been great all season. Even in his rough games, he's still been very solid. We're halfway through this game with a 1-1 tie. Miroshnichenko has stopped Dowling. Rebound weakly on net. Tolopilo made the stop again. Bunting threw it away. Miroshnichenko will leave it for his goalie Fedotov. Now to Dowling. Stopped. Toronto's kind of been leading the shot totals for the whole game. Boston might have had the lead early when they took the lead in the shots. Zibanejad, there's a save and it went in the net. See, it's stuff like this that I hate. Like 3 stoppages in the span of like 10 game seconds. So 10 seconds now becomes, you know, a minute. And another nice pass, and look at that, there's another stoppage. It's those sequences that we want to, you know, not let drag the game. We don't like when that happens here. Bunting to Zibanejad, another save. Man, these teams have got to draw up some better plays than when they've been running. Nelson with a wrister and a save. Rebound by Dowling. He missed it once. And there was no coming back from that. Another turnover. Across Miroshnichenko. What is going on? The passing's been ugly. Now Nelson hits the bar. And now it dropped back to Toffoli. That one hit the side of the net and went out of bounds. If you're Boston, it might be time to start finding some better chances. Same thing if you're Toronto. Just clean up the passing. Boston seems to have it down. Toronto's got to clean it up. Like I was saying, they turned it over again. Toffoli, maybe Boston needs to clean it up. Dowling hits the bar. Then across Toffoli. Shoot, save. By the way, the reason why Toffoli couldn't shoot it on an open net there was because he didn't pass it yet. Remember, 1 pass before every shot. Like that. They get 1 immediate rebound shot, for those who aren't sure. Still tied at 1:16 left in the second. Miroshnichenko, another stop, got it back to the middle. Nelson, save again. And, of course, another stoppage. See, stoppages like these will kind of be on the fence. We want to maybe test this in future tournaments. Hush, hush. We'll tell you all about that maybe in the off-season. Justin Dowling is stopped again. And they're not putting the shot up. They're struggling at that for some reason. Toffoli to Zibanejad. He'll look, he'll shoot, save, rebound, scores! Michael Bunting has given Boston the lead. Finally, another goal. I don't get why teams don't try that more. Also, I need to figure out how to not let the goal horn take so long. 52 seconds left in the period. Dowling to the middle. Nelson threw it away. Zibanejad save. They get it back again. Here's Toffoli. Sends it up to Zibanejad. He'll try again and hit the post. Toffoli whiffed on the rebound. And he eventually got the shot on, but it was another save. They'll face it off near side. It's 1 to Boston. Nice pass. Zibanejad save, and of course it bounced out. Because why wouldn't it? It has everywhere else to go, but it went out. Face off 1 to the Huskies. Fedotov. Miroshnichenko took the shot, but it was blocked, and they somehow gave him the shot on goal. They took it back. Zibanejad will look, he'll look, he'll look, he'll look, he'll look. Still looking. Now hands it off to Bunting, but it ends up being a turnover. Brock Nelson will look. Now he'll give it to Dowling, who fires a save again. Toronto still leading the total shots on goal at 38-34. The face-off won by the Shamrocks. Toffoli hit the post. Rebound, weak sauce. Now Nelson will look. He'll shoot, save. Rebound, a second save. Now to the middle. That's all. The period is over at 2-1 Shamrocks. I think just like the last game between these two in Toronto. We'll be back. Not having Nikita Kucherov in the lineup is proving to be super tough for the Huskies. If they had him in overtime against Minnesota, they probably coulda, shoulda capitalized, but they don't have him right now, and it's proving to be tough on them. They miss him badly. Let's just begin this third period. It's still on the line. It's won by the Huskies. Miroshnichenko to the middle. Nelson fires another save. Now the puck's sitting on the line, won by the Huskies. Dowling threw it right to Toffoli. Now Zibanejad will look and shoot and miss. The rebound goes in behind the net. Toffoli gave it up to Bunting. He'll give it back to his goalie Tolopilo. He'll scan his options. He'll give it up to Foley. Fires. That was a blister. Miroshnichenko to the middle. Nelson back to Miroshnichenko. Fires on to Foley. Tolopilo made the save. Bunting fired another one, a save. Now he gets it from the back line, another save. He still controls it. Now across, a turnover. Dowling has a goal in this game. Does he get another? No. Now Bunting sends it up to Foley. We'll give it to Zibanejad. He'll fire over the net. Rebound save. Miroshnichenko down to the middle. Nelson almost in. Now Dowling got blocked. Bunting. Zibanejad. He'll go back to Bunting. He'll look. Fire. Nothing doing. Another turnover. Across. Turned it over again. Nelson. Not even close. Fires it straight into the Shamrocks bench. And I'm getting a sense of desperation already when you don't have to be. There's still just under 4 minutes left. You can draw up plays. You'll be fine. Toffoli a save. Rebound. Bunting is blocked. Sent across. Bunting nearly on the line. Sent it back over to Toffoli. We're still controlling it. Tolopilo sends it up. Zibanejad looks blocked. Not much you can do on a block. Zibanejad probably could have moved a little bit to his side to get a better shot. 3:28 to go. Again, if you're Toronto, you don't have to be desperate right now. And Miroshnichenko's holding the puck. Not sure why, but he gives it up to Nelson. Blocked. Rebound, a second save. Not a second save, a first save. Bunting has it. Fedotov stopped him easily. Here is Dowling. To Fedotov. Back to Justin Dowling. And I'm not sure why he didn't shoot that sooner, with Tolopilo so far out of position. That's a little something I don't understand. Is why these players don't shoot a little sooner. 3 minutes to go. Toffoli. We'll tap it up ahead to Zibanejad. He shoots blocked and it went in the net. And they'll face it off on this side of neutral ice. Now there's actually 3 minutes to go. Huskies win the draw. Dowling looks and fires, and a stop by Tolopilo. Shot it right into his chest. Toffoli back across to Michael Bunting. He'll look, he'll put it on the line, and it's won by the Boston Shamrocks. Now Zibanejad whiffs twice. Now hands it off to Toffoli, who fires on, and Fedotov made the save. And Miroshnichenko threw it right into the corner. Now it's tapped to Toffoli. He'll look and fire, and there's another save. Halfway through this third period, still 2-1. It's still anyone's game. Nelson, a save again by Tolopilo. To the middle of Zibanejad. Now to Bunting. He'll look and fire. Stopped. Got the rebound chance. Another save. Boston's getting a lot of chances here. They had this in the first period. Here's Nelson. Drops it back Dowling. And Tolopilo stopped him again. Here's Toffoli. Up ahead to Zibanejad. Knocked away by Fedotov, and they're saying it was going high. Dowling looks. He scores! With 2 minutes to go! Dowling has tied it! They will not go away. Justin Dowling, thrown into the lineup with Kucherov's injury, has gotten Toronto back onto level terms. It's all to play for down the stretch. Another tight game between these two. We look back at the head-to-head. They played a tight game on opening day. Toronto won here in Boston 5-4. Then Boston got a win in Toronto. Can Boston do it again here at home? Or will Toronto take the season series 3-1? A save for Tolopilo. Up ahead to Foley. He'll look, he'll shoot a save. 1:50 left in this game. It's a 2-2 tie. Face-off won by the Huskies. Trying to get it to Nelson, but it wound up on the line. It's won by the Shamrocks. Bunting fires, save again. Rebound to Foley, missed the net. Nelson tried to drop it back to Dowling, and he missed him. Now Nelson hits the post. A close call for the Huskies centerman. That almost gave him the lead. Face-off won by the Huskies again. Miroshnichenko across to Dowling, but it hit off of him. Dowling. Now here's Miroshnichenko. He scores! 2 goals in about 30 seconds for the Huskies. Ivan Miroshnichenko gives Toronto the lead, and Bruce Cassidy has called timeout. That is what the Huskies can do to anybody on any given night. This one wasn't even that hard of a shot. Tolopilo just got caught out of position and he put it in off the post. What a turnaround. And no, this is not scripted. No, this is not me trying to create an artificial outcome. It never has been, and I'm sure you guys know that. They break the huddle quick. What will Boston do? Will they pull the goalie soon? I think Toronto's going to want to protect the lead. So they're likely going to do time killing if they win this faceoff, which they don't. Toffoli looks and shoots a save. It's on the goal line. Tolopilo barely keeps it out. Bunting has it. Up ahead, it bounced off of him. Tolopilo tried to get it to Bunting, but he missed him. And now he puts it on the line, and the Huskies win the puck. I'm not sure why Boston didn't pull the goalie a little sooner there. Miroshnichenko across to Dowling. They'll pass it back and forth. Dowling has 2 in this game. He'll look and fire a save. It bounces into the net! Tolopilo had it, but it bounced in past him, and that will in all likelihood do it. 3 goals in 59 seconds. An absolute dribbler. Oh my goodness. I mean, that one, how? Tolopilo had it. He got a piece of it. But it just dribbled straight in. Absolutely unbelievable. 1 minute left in the game, and I'm sure Boston will be desperate and pull him. Maybe just as a last-ditch effort, and they didn't do it there. Not sure why. They probably should have. And I think Boston is throwing in the towel. Here's Miroshnichenko across. He fires. Oh my goodness, it's another goal. Did Tolopilo even try there? 4 goals by the Toronto Huskies in the 3rd period, and all of a sudden, it went from a 2-1 Shamrocks lead with 2 minutes to go to now a 5-2 Huskies lead with 45 seconds to go. An absolute shocking turn of events. Bunting fires a save, rebound, another save, and a swing and a miss there. Miroshnichenko took the shot for whatever reason. Bruce Cassidy's not going to be very happy about that. Toffoli just booms one a stop. How in the world did this happen? I think we had a case of lazy goalie there. Tolopilo didn't even do anything on those goals. The 4th one wasn't even his fault. He got a piece of it and it just dribbled past him and in. Here's Nelson. He's blocked. There's a save and out. Just an unreal development. It looked like Boston would pull an upset, but they're now going to be down to 6-9, while Toronto is going to be that much closer to clinching a playoff spot. Which might happen on Wednesday when they play next. They win the draw. Here's Bunting. He'll fire a save, and that'll do it. The Boston Shamrocks with a horrible collapse as they shoot the puck out of bounds. I don't know why. They're not giving him the penalty. The Shamrocks with an epic collapse, being up 2-1 with 2 minutes left. The Huskies score 4 goals in the third period to win. Unbelievable. And Toffoli throws the puck. He is pissed off. That's going to get him into some trouble with the league. Look at Tolopillo. Oh my goodness. Just a rage of epic proportions. That might just gotten everybody suspended. I don't know who that player was, but the entire Boston Shamrocks team is now going to get into some trouble with the league for that little display. The Huskies are just standing there shocked. Okay, now they're going to begin their celebration. And never mind, they're just going to huddle quick and get out of there. These fans are furious. Oh my, what a... Oh, did somebody just throw something from the stands? They might have. Okay, so now we're having garbage thrown on the ice. Okay, that's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not throw objects onto the ice. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's cut it.